Shortly after creating your character and talking to Morden on Dawn Island, go straight to Redwake and complete all of the quests that are available there. There are several quests that are super easy to complete, but you're going to want to pay attention to the Spire Bandit quest, since that's going to be important for progressing. Once you have access to the Bandit quest, then complete it, repeat it until you're level 10 at minimum. There's a boss fight that is available at the end of the Redwake quest line, so if you're newer to the game, then you're going to be caught off guard and will probably lose. So once you get to level 10, then go fight the funny Acid Conjurer. If you're still struggling even after you're level 10, then go back to Redwake and fight the bandits until you're level 20. Shura is also a great point in the game, by the way, is to learn how to block and parry, which is going to be crucial for your sanity later. Also, in this video, I'll be teaching you how to level up super quickly in Arcane Odyssey. Make sure you don't skip over anything, as there's a bunch of little tips and tricks that'll speed up the leveling process. But anyways, let's continue. After you defeat Shura, then you're going to want to progress in the story over to Frostmill. Once you get to Frostmill, then talk to the mayor. He'll give you a quest to fight and defeat some Frost Brigands, so get that quest. But also make sure to grab the quest of the same requirements from a local resident, since they both stack and can give you another level or so with literally zero effort. After you have those two quests, then go to the peak of Frostmill and finish both of them. After that, return back to the mayor and continue the story until you get access to the quest known as the Anomaly. This quest is another boss fight that still is kinda easy, just like Shura, but you're gonna want to spend some time farming the Ice Smuggler's quest a bunch. For the Ice Smuggler's quest, it is best to focus on this quest by itself. I originally thought that doing both the Frost Brigand and this Ice Smuggler's quests was faster since, more enemies and more experience. But not only does the Ice Smuggler's quest give more experience, there's also little to no downtime if you cycle the goons and are by yourself. So focus on repeating the Ice Smuggler's quest. If you're level 10 at this time when you get to Frostmill, then you are going to level quickly, all the way up to level 32-ish. Past that point, it might get a little bit slower, but persevere until around at level 43. This is a sweet spot that will make the Iris fight super easy, and will also allow you to get ready for the next area. So at level 43, go and smack the funny Flare Curse Lady, and continue the story over to the Stepstones. Once you're at the Stepstones, continue the story until you get access to a quest known as Searching the Skies. This quest will lead you into the first boss fight that is a major hurdle for most newer players, but we'll talk about that here in a bit. Once you get to Cirrus Island, and you've gotten to the aforementioned quest, then do all of the quests available at Cirrus Island to gain a few more levels. If you're done with all the single quests and want to get some more experience, then I'd recommend repeating the Arish Vista quest a bunch. This quest recently got nerfed into the ground, which made it not great for getting experience now, but you can still do it for around 5 to 10 levels and be able to get about 5 to 10 levels relatively quickly. I wouldn't rely on this quest anymore since you only get about 500 experience per completion, but when it's paired with the Sky Apple Collection quest, it can give you 5 levels easily. Plus, as a bonus perk, you now have some experience dealing with NPC enemies, which is going to help you out here very soon. Also, having the Sky Pumpkin mini quest line completed is a very good thing since you get access to an ingredient that allows you to make some really good food. Also, one more little tip for Cirrus Island. Right below Cirrus is Harvest Island, and on Harvest Island is an NPC where you can get a quest to learn the Iron Leg fighting style. If you're going Warlord, Warlock, or Berserker, then it's one fighting style option for you. But for the rest of you, just complete that quest for the experience. Also, I just want to give a quick thank you to every single one of my members. Without these guys, I wouldn't be able to do what I do today. So, thank you, lads. You're looking cute. Once you're level 60 or higher, then proceed with the story and go fight Lord Elias. I will warn you that this guy is challenging, so just be patient and time your attacks. When he moves, wait until he stops moving, then attack him. Time your attacks with his stops and don't get intimidated. Also, remember to block. Blocking reduces the amount of damage taken from attack, and if you can pull it off, parrying is even better, since it also knocks back the attacker and negates almost all damage. So use these tips, and Elias will fall, eventually. If you're still struggling even when you apply these tips, then go and do some cargo. By this point, having at least a sailboat is a good thing since it moves faster than a rowboat. Obviously, a caravel or a ketch is better, but we'll get there. Those are expensive. If you do have one, then sail all the way down to Ravenna and get some cargo. This technique does require you to have a fair amount of money since buying cargo is a little bit expensive. Well, unless you are a villain, then never mind. Either way, if you have the money, obtain cargo from Ravenna and transport it to either Redwake, if you're a hero, or Dark Pine Isle if you're a villain. You could level up indefinitely with cargo, but it does get boring after a while. So level up until you're able to beat Elias, then proceed in the story after he is defeated. After Cirrus Island is complete and you're done at the Stepstones, then you're going to go over to the Sailor's Lodge. This is the area in the game that has a major quest gap in it. So you have a few leveling options, but first complete the story at Sailor's Lodge until you get the quest, The Forgotten Cove. If you're still under level 75 after doing the story quests, then you might want to go and do some of the quests on other islands. Here are a few notable side quests where you can get some experience for players under level 75. Captain Rackham's quest at Accursed Keep, the Thermofist Mentor's quest at Ravenna, and the Cult of Green Wishes mini quest line at the Forest of Cernuno. Although, make sure you're ready for a boss fight if you decide to take on the Cernuno quest line, since the boss is challenging at this level. Setting your spawn there with a camp marker temporarily is a good idea if you're newer to the game. If you're not quite ready for another boss fight, then cargo is absolutely still a good option. At this point in the game, getting to level 75 minimum is all you can really do unless you're okay with aiming for level 90 by doing cargo, which isn't a bad idea since the boss in this area is going to be painful for melee users. Either way, progress in the story and go fight Lord Argos once you hit level 75. This boss is another major hurdle for newer players, but he has one weakness that makes him pretty easy if you know how to take advantage of him. Unlike Lord Elias, Argos can't do much to enemies that are far away from him. So here's the strat for beating him easily. Keep him at a distance by looping him around the perimeter of the room. Mages can attack him from a distance easily with their magic, but weapon users might not have quite as much fun because lack of magic. You know how it is. There are a couple options for warriors, however. Claws, spears, muskets, and bows are all going to be best for weapon users since they all have ranged attacks. So make sure to keep him at a distance, poke him at a range, and block his attacks when he gets close to you, and just repeat that until he dies. After defeating General Argos, then you're in another area of the game where there's another giant quest gap. In order to begin the story in Ravenna, you need to be level 93, which if you did cargo until level 90 pre-Fort Talos, you wouldn't have an issue with that since you'd at least be that. Either way, this is definitely the slowest part of the game since all the quests that are immediately available aren't repeatable. So you can either go do some low experience quests, do charts, do fishing, farm pirate ships, explore the Bronze Sea, or do cargo. But I'm once again going to recommend Ravenna Cargo since I've gotten some good experience from doing it. So sail to Ravenna, grab cargo, and deliver it to Redwake. To help speed things along while you're doing that, stop and save or plunder any castaways since they give experience and rare fish. I got about 2 levels from 3 castaways when I was leveling one of my characters, so that's something to consider while sailing back and forth from Ravenna and Redwake. Repeat this action until you are at least level 93 at the minimum. But while you're transporting cargo, it'd be a good idea to hit level 100 since the one-time quests on Ravenna will allow you to hit level 105. You may be asking, Salty, why is level 105 important? Well, it gives you access to the Centurion fights in Rubica. This quest is the last repeatable quest that you're going to need to farm in order to hit max level. Either way though, after you hit at least level 93, go to Ravenna. You can proceed in the story as far as you want to if you've played through the game a few times, since you've probably got some decent fighting skill. Which, in that case, why are you watching this? I mean, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Make sure to like the video and subscribe for more content just like this, since I have a bunch more videos coming soon. But anyways, let's get back on topic. If you're a newer player, then I'd recommend only progressing in the story until you receive the quest called To the South. This quest upon completion will trigger a mechanic in the game which makes you a wanted criminal on Ravenna, which means you can't walk into any town on Ravenna without being insta-killed. So don't progress in the story past that point, since you're gonna need access to Rubica. Once you hit 105, however, go to Rubica, talk to Centurion, and farm her quest until you hit max level. Once you do that, congratulations, you are now max level. Once you're max level, you're gonna have a much easier time with both Karina and Calvis. So you are welcome for making your time fighting the hardest bosses in Arcane Odyssey much easier. By the way, if you want to learn about a build that will help you out a lot with fighting bosses and players, then make sure to go click on this video right here. But either way, thanks for watching.